I'm so excited today. I am interviewing one of my very good friends, and her name is Gretchen Ventura. She is a fantastic jewelry designer, and I'm so blessed to be in her home today. Thank you so much for having me, Gretchen.
I am blessed to be here with you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I have wanted to do this interview for so long. I've been like manifesting and thinking about all the questions I want to ask you. But what's really interesting to me is that, you started out corporate. So tell me about your previous life and how the Gretchen Ventura jewelry line started. Like, when did you make that shift?
Crazy. I was in the corporate world for 35 years in technology, in fact. So very different parts of the brain, left brain, right brain. But in technology, you have to be very creative. And so I've always loved using the right side of my brain. And I've always considered myself an artist. My home is a piece of my art. And
very much so.
I translate that into my jewelry. So about 10 years ago, for a host of reasons, I had a life-changing moment. It was a health issue, and I really couldn't continue further in the my consulting business. I started to create jewelry while I was recovering from a very serious illness, and I was in New York City. I ran into Donna Karen at one of her stores, the Urban Zen store, which I just love. And she bought like 14 pieces right off of me. But she supports what she calls a soulful economy. And as we were talking, we had a lot of spiritual beliefs, very similar spiritual beliefs. So she, in essence, started me in business.
Amazing.
And she put me in her stores, Urban Zen stores. And I am so grateful for that. She actually started me in business.
What a better christening than Donna Karen. She's just iconic designer.
Iconic. And I wore her throughout my corporate career with the major shoulders. And I wear Urban Zen now through, my jewelry business.
So you started your jewelry line 10 years ago.
About 10 years ago, yes.
And so walk me through the process of what happens. Do you pick the stones first, or do you come up with the idea? What's your creative process in making things?
I'm a pretty organic designer. It kind of flows through me, and I feel like it's a divine design process. Like this piece that I'm wearing right now. Just as a little backup,
spectacular.
Some of my inspiration is nature and travel and culture and history.
Okay.
So I have been blessed through my life to travel to the far reaches of the world. It's one of my great loves. Even these pieces, for example, these I got in Thailand. So many of my artifacts around me are pieces that I have collected or have had made when I travel the world. And so I like to bring along with me home those pieces. It makes me feel at home and comfortable. For example, this piece is a Roman coin, estimated from around 231 AD.
Wow.
So it's a couple thousand years old.
Oh my goodness.
And it has the goddess Venus on it, which is the goddess of love. So I chose this coin. I didn't know what I was going to do with it.
I see.
But I purchased the coin. And so when I came home, I designed this gold, 18 karat gold, and diamond surround for it. And I sent it to the gentleman that I have set my diamonds in the gold, and he created it for me. I want my jewelry to make women feel beautiful. And when they're beautiful, they radiate that sense of happiness, joy, beauty to others. If I feel beautiful and I feel content and joyous, hopefully that radiates to you and you'll feel that sense.
Correct.
So it really is a part of our mission at Gretchen Ventura. But the travels, when I have found pieces, I listen to the person that I'm buying from, the market that I'm finding it, and I hear the story. So what's important to me is to be able to translate that story. So every single piece that I have has a tag on it, and the tag describes a little bit about the story. What I love is building relationships with my clients. And so when I go out, like next week I'll be at the Neiman Marcus store in Houston, and my clients will come, and one of the things that we do is we talk stories, and then my clients get to relate to something on their travels or something that they resonate with, and that's what attracts them to perhaps buying a piece.
Of course.
Or the symbolism to the piece.
Yes, the history.
The history of the piece. So, and that it's one of a kind. Most of my pieces are one of a kind.
So many women just do these cliche bracelets or tennis bracelets or earrings, and I find that they wear the same thing all the time. You know,
Right.
the diamond studs or the Cartier bracelets, and
Right.
you're so different from that, but it feels so fresh and new, but also very historical. I think that's why I'm so drawn to it, because I love history and I love beautiful things too, and of course I love diamonds, but and also the stackability of your pieces, which is very on trend,
Right.
but also the way that you do it is so amazing.
It's always how I've done it. You know,
Okay.
I'm a less is more gal, which I'll explain in a moment, but a more is more gal.
I can tell.
Yeah. You know, how I dress is really simple. I'm a
Right.
Rick Owens girl.
Mm-hmm.
It's typically tone on tone,
Mhm.
most often black, even though I'm doing the brown thing today.
Mhm.
But I dress really simply.
To
And I love
accentuate the
my
jewelry.
jewelry as
Yes.
my art.
I see.
I believe that the accessories or the jewelry as art, it sets them apart from anyone else.
Correct.
So that's the less is more,
Yes.
is the simplicity of what one wears.
And don't you find as people start buying your pieces that they get a little addiction to you and they want to start adding on more pieces and more bracelets and more earrings
Right.
to have a cohesive collection? And it seems like you really help them with those choices of what to pick.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we typically co-create, and that's my favorite thing.
Yes.
Is I don't necessarily want to sell them this piece.
Mhm.
I want to work with my clients and build a relationship where they may not like this chain, but they may love the pendant.
Mhm.
I want to create the right chain, the right clasp, the right pendant. They may buy this chain, and they may buy over time 3 different pendants that will work with this chain.
I see.
So a wardrobe can be very adaptable.
Tell me about your partnership with Neiman Marcus. That's extremely exciting. I mean, to be working all these years and to be with such an iconic and exclusive store.
Oh my
How did
goodness.
this all happen?
It's very humbling,
I
and
bet.
I just really truly appreciate that partnership. I probably have been working with Neiman Marcus, oh my goodness, 7 years,
Mm-hmm.
something like that. But I go to, I don't know, 6 or 7 stores around the country. I'm going to be in the spring going into 3 or 4 new stores,
Mm-hmm.
and probably be on their website.com.
Very exciting. You hop around and do trunks, and your
I do.
clients come in and you see them, and you're going to be more exclusive with them. And I heard that you're officially in all the beautiful cases now. So
Not all of them.
not
yes.
all of them, but a
Yes.
few of them.
Yeah.
How do people find you? Like, if they don't find you at Neiman Marcus, how do they find your pieces?
Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
some of the other high-end boutiques, Facebook, my website,
Mm-hmm.
word of mouth.
Yeah, of course. And probably word travels fast when people wear wear these pieces. I'm sure they're like, oh my gosh, what are you wearing?
I just actually co-created, I want to say, with a client this week. And she saw a piece of mine, and we decided, based on what she was going to wear it on, one of her grandmother's necklaces,
Mm-hmm.
a gorgeous Tiffany necklace, very old Tiffany necklace, that she wanted to hang it on. And we decided that the piece that I have didn't fit perfectly. And so we changed a lot about the piece that she saw that I have, and I'm having it made
I see.
in a way that it will fit exactly what she wanted. So I do custom work.
You know, a lot of people I find they're very traditional. And I love traditional. I have pieces that my grandmother handed down for me that I love very much, and my
Right.
mother, but I love trying new things and exploring new designers. And also, you know, jewelry has really changed so much throughout the last few years, where
Definitely
now the
has.
girls, you know, it's really not, in my opinion, cool to do the big diamond studs. It's to have the earrings all the way up the side and all the different hoops and all
Right.
the different layering. And so it is a little frustrating for me to get my clients into something that's not only trendy, but time pieces, diamonds, and
Right.
amazing jewelry.
Right.
Getting them to be comfortable with transitioning to basically a new look. Talk a little bit about helping someone that's in that rut of like, oh, I only wear la la la. I just feel like it's kind of
interesting.
aging in a way.
It's interesting. The feedback I get when I'm out at the Neiman Marcus stores, for example, it's overwhelmingly positive. And the reason it is it's so different. People haven't seen it before. And they're so tired of the look-alike pieces.
I see.
Or the pieces that they have at home, or is in their safe at home, and they never take out of their safe because they're bored with it. Or
I hear this all the time with my clients. Yes.
And it's not exciting to them. And certain pieces, I mean, this is timeless. Even though it's different and it's bold and it's a statement piece, it's timeless. And there's some pieces downstairs in the studio that I truly believe are modern heirlooms. I believe this is a modern heirloom. So you can get out of your box and do things that are really, truly different.
Well, I hear all the time my clients, when I'm talking to them about jewelry or adding pieces on, because, adding new pieces on, I think, just can really set an outfit apart. And they tell me the thing about the safe all the time. Oh, I don't wear jewelry anymore. I have all these beautiful pieces in my safe. And I'm like, why? Why are you wearing them in your safe? Like, let's get them out and start incorporating them, or let's break them apart and put them into something, re-envisioning them.
Yes.
So I'm really excited to go to your showroom and look at all your beautiful pieces, and you're going to walk me through everything.
I am.
And I'm just so grateful to be doing this.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm thrilled.
Yes.
Thank you
it's
so
gonna be
much.
Great. We're here in your beautiful showroom, and I'd love for you to walk me through some of your gorgeous pieces.
I do a lot of work in crystals, but I just want to show you a couple of things that I work with crystals. These are probably the pieces I'm most proud of. These are intaglios, which mean these are little works of art. They're literally museum quality pieces of art. We took quartz crystal and we used the natural inclusion of the stone
Oh my goodness.
as a part of the design. And I have an artist in California who diamond drills the back using this natural inclusion, and then we basket it in gold and diamonds, modern heirlooms to be handed down through the generations.
Yes, of course.
I started an Egyptian collection because I was supposed to be going to Egypt. These are vintage 22 karat gold beads with sterling silver and diamond beads. I call it my Cleopatra. These were a part of the collection that I started prior to. All of these 18 karat gold and champagne diamonds. I just absolutely love these. So I call these antiquities, icons. These literally are pieces from the 1st to 17th century. Often Christian, some are Vikings, like these are Viking buttons from the 14th century.
Oh my goodness.
So they have these big holes because they were sewn into, probably with leather, their fur jackets. So these are priest crosses. So as they traveled around Russia, Ukraine, all Siberia, and they would wear these, and these were unearthed, and often they were broken. So rather than just keeping it unbroken, we put diamonds on the broken part, which I think is so cool. I did do a collection for men, or they're unisex.
Oh, cool.
Neiman Marcus asked me to create that.
Okay.
So some of these are unisex for men and women.
I see. Okay.
But I do rings, earrings, bracelets, unisex, antiquities, crystals. These this and a necklace are my most popular item. Again, I think I mentioned that most things are one of a kind. There's a few things that are limited edition. I use 5 different kinds of diamonds in my work. One of them are rose cut diamonds, and that's what these bracelets are rose cut diamonds. So these are tennis bracelets, or 7 with curb chain, small to really large. But women and men love these bracelets.
I love these bracelets too.
I know, you have one, you're wearing one. Like I said, I do lots of different kinds of diamonds. I have a collection called Raw, And it's because I use raw diamonds, and it's one of my favorite. I just love raw diamonds.
You have things for a classic girl, an edgy girl, a traditional girl.
Yes.
You know, if you would just look at your pieces, one might think, you know, that you just have the pendants and the larger things, but you really have so much variety in your collection.
I do. These, where I custom make, you buy the Huggy, and then you custom do drops. But I do them in all different kinds of shapes, all different kinds of gemstones, and it's a way to have a wardrobe of earrings based on just one little Huggy.
Yeah, I love that philosophy where you get different looks out of one earring, and it's, you know, relatively cost effective too. You can transition your look.
This is the short pair. I do a longer pair. This is in white gold. I do them in yellow gold, and I also do them in sterling and gold plate, which gives people a variety of price points. But one goes in behind the ear, and one goes in front of the ear, so you get this wave-like effect.
Super cool.
And sometimes when I want to wear my own pair, and I'm too busy, I'm like in a rush, and I can't like do them both, I'll wear my stud in the front, and then this one in the back.
I see.
So it's kind of an edgy way to wear
I see.
a stud.
Yeah, I love that. It's edgy, but it feels to me, it translates very, very fresh. Maybe because, you know, things have been so traditional. People get, you know, the Tiffany piece or the Harry Winston thing. To me, this just seems very fashion forward, and I absolutely love your stuff.
Thank you so much. Well, there's so much here to look at. We could talk forever.
Yeah.
And
well, Gretchen, thank you so much for having me in your gorgeous home and for doing this interview with me.
I am honored.
Yes,
thank you so much for asking me to do this.
You're welcome.
I really appreciate it.
I hope everybody enjoyed our episode with fabulous designer Gretchen Ventura. I hope you visit her website at gretchenventura.com and follow her on Instagram. She has so many gorgeous pieces that are collectible and forever and totally my favorite.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, everyone, for watching.